the Willie Mo Jr. Show. In the studio with me is my sister from another mister. Jini Thornton is in the house. What's going on, Jini, on this Money Monday?
Another happy Money Monday to you, Willie Moore Jr.
Man, listen, it is always an amazing opportunity to hang out with you, and I want to talk to you about this, working from home. How to know if the opportunity is legit and companies to check out, because 62% of people who work part-time or have part-time jobs choose to work part-time for work-life balance, right?
Right.
And we often talk to people who have financial problems, but often more income could help solve their problem. But I find people who get more income and they still don't seem to solve the problem.
Yeah, money, you can't throw money at all your problems.
That's real.
But a lot of us, though, are having challenges, even those of us with degrees,
Right.
finding jobs that, we went to school for, just jobs enough, making enough income just so we can fulfill our basic. And so what I'm noticing, a lot of people reaching out saying, what else can I do to make some extra money? I'm really desperate. A lot of our listeners obviously are single mothers, too, who are really trying to pull it all together and keep everything afloat.
So, Jini, I see so much on YouTube, when you're about to push a video, this guy pops up and it's like, this is my Benz and this is my house. Just 5 years ago, I lived in the basement.
Right.
But learn how I do this. There's so many companies that are saying you can work from home, but what are some steps that you should take to find out, is this the opportunity for you or should I find another opportunity?
Right. Well, what people need to do initially is just, what is your goal and objective? Do you need to make an extra $100 a month, an extra $1,000 a month, and how much time can you actually commit?
Yeah.
So that way, at least have some direction on what opportunity might be best for you. Then know your skills and interests, because what might be best for you might be completely different than what's best for me.
Yeah.
So what are you good at? What's easy for you? Nothing where you're going to have to go back to school and spend any money on any additional education, for sure.
Yeah.
And then know what days and hours that you're willing to commit. For those of us who have kids, I know I used to have to work a lot at night, on the weekends, just to kind of balance that whole work life. But what can you actually commit time-wise? But you need to know all that before you step out here. No question.
So, getting personal with you, so you had 2 small children.
Yes.
You're staying in this house. You have a husband, and now you're starting your business really from the ground up.
Right.
Not a lot of clients. What was your schedule like, work-life balance, practically with you personally?
What I did when my kids were in school, when they got home from school, I'm in straight mommy mode at that point.
Straight mommy mode.
Yep. Homework, got to get everybody fed, make sure everyone's good. But when everybody went to bed, I would go back to work, but I work from home though.
Right.
Yep. And so that was the way that I could balance it. And then I also, because of them playing sports and traveling all the time, how that sports thing is, I had to learn how to do some stuff on the weekends too. I would put their stuff in my schedule first, and then I would build my work life around that. Indeed.
Jini Thornton, our financial specialist, is real. Some people oh my God, Jini, she just has it so together, but nobody understands. This was a journey. Sometimes people kind of predicate how they feel about you based on your destination, the destination that you're in now.
Right.
But they don't know what it was like to stay up those late nights.
Absolutely. But it was all worth it, though, for sure.
Come on, somebody. Ding, Crystal. Ding. Yes. Family, listen, I'm hanging out with Jini Thornton, and she spent a lot of time working from home, but she scheduled her family time, and she worked in the gaps, meaning that she spent a lot of time up at night building her business. She said she wouldn't change it for the world, but she scheduled it. Jani's in the house.
Absolutely. And I'm glad that we're talking about this from a time perspective and also a financial perspective, because I talk to a lot of women who are so desperate to get something else going.
Yeah.
And so I understand your motivation, but there's a few things that we definitely want people to look out for.
Indeed.
So number one, you never pay any money for a job opportunity.
Okay.
So if they're saying, give us your credit card number, don't do that.
Okay,
Warning sign number one. Number two, if you're emailing a company and they're emailing you back and they have a Gmail or Yahoo, no.
I want to kind of back up a little bit.
Right.
So what if there's some startup costs for the business, meaning, maybe it's a fitness business or whatever you call those marketing businesses, and they say, okay, to get the kit to do what you have to do for the software, do you buy that first? Because I know that's worked in some cases.
Well, I want people to do that only after they've checked the company out.
Okay.
So sometimes there is an investment. So I'm not saying, I'm talking about jobs, not necessarily entrepreneurship opportunities.
Okay.
So I'm not saying never do that,
Okay.
but you definitely want to check the companies out. So I'm going to give people some websites on where they can go to make sure all these companies are legit.
Let's get those sites.
Okay. So obviously we have the Better Business Bureau, which is bbb.org. We have a fraud one, which is fraud.org. And the last one is the Federal Trade Commission, which is ftc.gov. So you can go on these sites and type in the name of the company because you want to see if any complaints have been issued against any of these companies.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Janai, listen, I just real quick. Well, I want you to do this, and then we'll go right back to this. So, are there some companies that you would recommend for people to check out?
Okay, now there are a lot of legitimate sources, but I have a list of about 20 of them, but it's going to be based on your time, your skill set, and what your interest level is.
Give me a strong 10 of.
Okay, so everything from Amazon Flex. Have you seen Amazon where you can deliver for Amazon? Walmart is even doing that now too.
They're trying to keep up, baby.
Trying to
Shout out
keep
to my
up.
friends at Walmart.
Right.
I love you, Walmart.
Absolutely. There's Cash Crate, which is a online service that you can do that you get paid actually to do surveys. There is something called eJury, where you can actually do online mock juries for people.
Okay.
And so the list just goes on and on and on. But I need you to go to those 3 sites, that bbb.org, that ftc.org, and that fraud.org, because I want you to make sure that they're legit and no complaints first.
That's good stuff. Janai, so I got a question online. They say, Janai, as you were building your business, was there ever a time where you thought to yourself, this was the wrong decision and I wanted to quit?
I don't ever think I thought it was wrong, but I was exhausted. Just like, I cannot believe it's taking this long.
Yes.
Because it took longer and it cost a whole lot more than what I thought.
Yeah.
But my intention was I was trying to create a lifestyle business. My intention was to create a business that supported the life that I wanted.
Right.
So money was important to me, but it was the secondary part. So I knew I was going to get to the money, but working all those hours, right now, I don't even understand how I kept up with that and all those games and meets. And, when you have children that are athletes,
Yes.
2 of them, it just never stops.
Yeah.
Never stops.
Jini Thornton, our financial specialist. Family, make sure that you follow her on Instagram and Facebook at
Jini Thornton. That's JiniThornton.